All right, guys. Our next guest has a special place in my heart. So much, in fact, that I started a petition to get him onto Perth to fight a UFC 305. My partner was like, "What are you doing? Are you looking at the porn again?" And I'm like, "No, I'm creating a petition for my mate Dan to be on the fights." And she's like, "That's even more disgusting." The hangman himself, Dan Hooker, joining us after being announced for UFC 305 against Gamrot in a super pivotal fight for the 155 division. Dan Hooker, man, welcome back to the program. Great to have you, dude.
Petition was on like pretty much the day that I got the word that the fight with Gamrot was going to be going ahead. And then I saw the petition and I was like, oh, I want to tell the boys. Like, I'm dying to just jump in there and tell the boys, like, go back. Forget about the petition, boys. We're good to go.
There were a lot of heartfelt messages in that petition, man. People were opening up about you, talking about how much you mean to them. It's very
Oh,
special.
like, and yeah, it was just like, it was like, fuck you. I signed up to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. I did not sign up. Like, I'm telling you, I'm trying to fight. I want to fight, and I have to do a bloody petition
There were
to
people raising
try.
money to like save the pandas. There were people
Yeah,
like
yeah,
raising
yeah.
money for the Gaza Strip. And then I put a petition up for Dan Hooker to be
I
fighting
saw
in
the boys
Perth.
as well. Like, because I clicked on the petition, I see people donating money and shit, and I was like, give it to the fucking pandas. Go, let's help the
Wait, did
pandas
people
save the
donate money to the petition? What?
because they donate like they give money and then it gets like shared like more and more. Like that's what
Oh,
I saw, and
shit.
I
So
was
we could
like,
have
man,
monetized this. What the
the
hell?
fucking save the turtles, get the straws out the ocean, save the rainforest. There's so much better shit than trying to get Dan Hooker a fight in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
For $1 a day, you can see Dan Hooker fight in Perth. Please donate now. All right, man. So let's talk about this deal for a sec. So I know you were looking for a fight. Gamrot is someone you've been looking to fight for quite some time. He's a great fight. Why did it take so long to get this thing together? When did he first cross your desk? When did his name first come across? Was it when the petition was first put up?
Pretty much the petition. Like it pretty much come down to just me, just standing my ground and just not budging on fighting in Perth. Like that, like me management team didn't want me to fight in Perth. The UFC didn't want me to fight in Perth. No one, like no one wanted me. No one wanted me, brother. No one wanted me. But I was like, nah, like I'm not passing up. I haven't fought in this side of the world since UFC Auckland against Felder. Like it's been
Ooh.
so long, and nothing beats it, man. Nothing beats the Anzac crowd, the Aussies, the Kiwis. Once they all get there, um, nothing beats being on a card with your brothers like Izzy and Kai and stuff. So I just stood my ground, mate, and I just said, nah. They said you can wait for Benil and they'll do a main event, or you can main event the fucking French guy I've never heard of. And I was just like, I want to fight in Perth. I I was at the last event that was probably one of the loudest, the best crowds that I've ever experienced. So I just wanted to be a part of that card. Stood my ground, said I'd fight absolutely anywhere, and there was a few boys throwing their names in the hat. I know, I saw the picture like everyone else saw the picture with Drakkar Klose. I messaged Ash straight away. I messaged my manager straight away, and I just said, "Love to. I'd love to smash that guy." I said I hate that guy. And he goes, Dan, you hate everyone though. I'm taking this with a pinch of salt. And I said, brother, I said, there's a list, and he's on the list. So I will. And then Fajita or whatever put his name up. Bobby Green was saying, yeah, I would have fought any of them, but to get a guy in the top five, to get a guy that puts you right back in a mix, like a win over Gamrot, puts you right back in with the big fights again. Be back in the top five, back in title contention, back fighting, back in the super fights, back with the names like Gagey and Poirier and stuff.
Yeah, man, Gamrot, dude, he's a great fight. What's wrong with Close? Why is he on your shit list?
Bro, he talked a bunch of shit years ago. Said he was gonna smash me worse than Barboza.
Okay.
And I was like, true, but then he got knocked out by Benil Dariush.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. So he's on the list. You're like Steve Buscemi in Billy Madison. You're just sitting up on the rooftop with the lipstick, just like, all right, Close, you're on the list.
He's on the list. He's on the list. He's on the list.
So with Gamrot, right? Like, what a G is Gamrot, right? Because he's like going to be flying down to Perth. He must really be keen on fight. He knows, you know, you're a really tough fight. He's flying all the way down here. A part of you must really respect him for sort of putting his hand up to take this fight, especially with the fight card not being so far away.
Yeah, fuck, those are his problems, bro. This should I do. This should I do every single fight. Like they're saying,
This is like 10
like,
times the notice period you usually have for your fights, right?
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, he's bending over backwards, flying down to Australia. It's like, bro, I fly to America I fly to England, I fly to here, I fly there. This is just what we do every single fight. So
Yeah, welcome to the...
can't say I got my little head out with playing my little fucking violin, saying thank you, mate, because yeah, he's gonna fly that way, and I'm gonna try to punch his head off.
And the other thing, of course, is, man, I know, like, you might not be able to say much about this, but people know this was, like, the last fight on your contract. Anything you can share with us on this? Anything you can mention?
Yeah, pretty like that's like that. Yeah, that's the only real hold up with the yeah. I'll talk
Perfect. All
soon.
right.
I'm trying not to get fired
Yeah. I gotcha. Well, whatever happens, man. Well, we're excited to see what happens with it.
and to be honest, I don't actually care or know. So I've told my manager that I'm too far committed. The blinders are on at this stage right now. I'd fight him. I'd fight him for a beer and a hot cup of coffee. I'm not fussed, mate.
Gamrot just shows up. He's like, "What? This is an RAC area. This is a
I'm
backyard
hell bent.
parking lot out the
I'm
back
hell
of
bent.
CKB."
I'm in. I'm in. Like I'm too far deep. I don't care. I don't care at this stage. I just want to fight.
All right, guys, before we continue in the interview, I have a sponsorship announcement that you're going to want to hear, and that is with our friends from Manscaped, who are offering you 20% off and free shipping right now with the code word submission. Listen to me. I know Submission Radio has you sorted when it comes to your MMA coverage, but these guys have you sorted when it comes to your ball coverage. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is an absolute game changer. It comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads, so you can choose between a precise trim or a smooth finish. And did I mention that it is waterproof? Yes, you can trim in the shower and avoid making a mess everywhere. It's perfect for those of us who appreciate efficiency. And let's talk about the beard hedger just quickly. Whether you're going for a neat stubble or a full-on lumberjack look, this trimmer has you covered. It features a titanium-coated stainless steel T-blade and 20 length options. You can achieve any style you want with just a twist of the zoom wheel. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra always ensures that you're looking your best below the waist, while the beard hedger takes care of everything else. 20% off and code word submission now, plus free shipping. Now back to the program. Dude, we can't wait. What about this break, right? Because I remember you actually came on the show with me and Casper. We're like, man, we're excited for the return. You're like, boom, my hand is in a cast, boys. This isn't going to happen for a bit. So there's been some ups and downs in this return. On the same side of things, you know, you've had a chance to take a break and really get a lot of training in. How has this return period been for you? I know it must have been frustrating. There's good bits for it, bad bits. Like, how do you sort of look back on it all?
Yeah, it's tricky. Like I've learned I'm gonna be a fucking maniac when I retire from fighting. But
Well, when did you realize that? What was the first thing you did to realize that?
Mate, like diddling around and drawing on myself was pretty much the most constructive thing I did with my time off. But yeah, like that's the funny one as well. People, I think, like no one's really seen because not like everyone that watches UFC, it's not like they all follow you on social media and shit like that. There'll be 99% of the people that tune in and watch the UFC have not even seen me covered in tattoos yet. So it's like, and I've had them so long I forget. like that's just what now it's like. Yeah, I think people would trip out, but everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna dye the hair blonde again?" And I was like, there's already a bit much going on. I don't know. there's
Uh,
already there's already enough going on,
well, you know what I think. I think because I'm in marketing, I think the UFC marketing department must absolutely love putting together a graphic for your fights because they're like, can't use that, can't use
What are
that.
they gonna
That's
do?
Dan from this. Like
What are
every
they gonna
time.
do? I saw their pictures and I'm like, bro, I didn't even look like that. It's
Dude, okay,
mad.
I gotta ask you about this matchup with Gamrot, right? I spoke to Neil earlier today. He was talking about how Gamrot's one of the tougher guys in the division. Like everybody thinks he's kind of one of the more challenging guys to fight. What do you think about this matchup, dude? I remember last time when you spoke to me in Cass, you said he's a frustrating guy to fight, right? Like he's pretty sneaky in there.
Oh, he just knows how to win, mate. He knows like where he is on the scorecards. He knows what he has to do to get his hand raised. Like he knows how to win. He knows how to win the contest. He knows the rules really well, and he knows how to win fights. He knows how to hit and not get hit. He knows how to smother guys and limit taking risk and taking damage. So you have to respect his approach to the sport. You have to respect his approach to the game.
So, I mean, obviously, the goal is to go in there, knee him in the face, and finish him. But how do you sort of?
Well, that's fucking plan A.
That's
Like
always the
obviously
plan.
that's plan A. So
Yeah, nice, nice. How many are we going down? B, C, D. Like, how do you? It's 3 rounds, right? He's a sneaky guy. He knows how to edge out those wins. What do you avoid to try and sort of get in that position where you're 2 rounds down and now you're winning the third round, but
oh,
it's too
it's
late?
fucking it's blatantly obvious like what's going on. It's like if we're standing up, then that's where I want to be. And then if we're touching each other, then that's probably not where I want to be. So it's like it's blatantly like always. If he starts kicking me out my ass on the feet, I'm gonna be fucking shocked, bro.
You just you just got a new analyst job on the TV over there in New Zealand, and the skills are really.
Yeah, this one's
If
not.
he's
This one's not
touching me on,
right. Like this one's black and white. Like this fight is really not rocket science. Like striker v grappler. Like it's really. That's all that needs to be said. It's a tale as old as mixed martial arts.
yeah, I know it's going to be like UFC one in there. So tell me, what do you think is on the line here, man? Like the division, I saw you were talking on your show on Sky. Like division's pretty wide open, right? Like Islam, maybe Islam Arman, we're not sure, but he needs to fight a certain times a year, like you mentioned. A win here that gets you right back in the mix, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of the big names are coming off losses. Oliveira, Poirier, Gagey,
Chandler said he
Chandler.
got a
Like,
title shot apparently, but he's waiting to see if Conor McGregor can still do the fight.
yeah, that'll be weird. That'll be weird. That'll be yeah, weird if true. It's like fighting to be the best guy in the world off a loss is like a bit weird.
Mm.
But I don't know. You got to take everything with it. I'd take that with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, 150. Like, when was last time 155 was really in this position? You reckon? Do you remember a time it was like this? It's just a strange time in the division.
Yeah, like a lot of the big names coming off losses. Like, yeah, if you go down the list, like Arman, obviously, but he's done the little suspension, but
Mm.
apparently he does the anti-bullying bloody video, which I can't wait for. Like, I'm gonna soak that in. That'll be a
What do you
funny
think
video.
it's going to be like? Or what's your prediction
I
of?
would oh yeah, I was talking about this with Oscar earlier, and I was like, if I had to do one, it would just, I would put some effort into it, bro. It would be the most sarcastic, take the piss video that's ever been done. Like, I probably couldn't do it. I probably would I'd have to make a joke out of it, or I would just flat refuse.
It,
I do the 9 months. I do the 9 month suspension, but fuck me days, you're not getting the 25 grand. I'd say, Dana, you can shove you ain't getting 25 grand out of me, brother.
So like, are they going to just play it? Like, imagine they played before the events. It's like, hello, I'm
Oh,
Arman, and
please,
I'm a
please,
UFC
please,
fighter. And if you're bullying
please,
people,
please, please. Oh, I can't wait for it. I want to
ah,
see. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
oh my god. What about the team, man? You must be pumped. I was at the press conference there in Israel. I was like, put down on the like him and Kai fighting in Perth. And I know you always mention how you love being on the cards with the boys. You're able to prepare with them. You're able to go into war with them. How does it feel to be officially going into another war with the boys in Perth?
Yeah, bro. Nah, that's like gonna be the cool part. Yeah, they got massive fights. Like obviously, like Usyk and Kai is pretty much like, they're like when it gets a title shot, that'll be hype the card. Like Izzy will be last. Like I just can't wait to go out there and just go. I'm gonna show you. Like let me get this party started, boys. Like let me go out there and let me show you how to do this old cage fighting thing, boys. Like I've done this once or twice. Like that will, yeah, just setting the tone for the boys. Will probably that gets me barred up. Like I'm good to go for that.
Yeah, dude, that's a rarity, right? Like getting a chance to do that, and you guys really work off the energy. I've seen the vids in the back. Like when one of the boys gets going, I feel like the team really feel good after that. You know?
Oh yeah, like we done the three-peat. We done the three-peat before. I know. Oh, well, me, Kai, and Izzy have never fought on the same card together. I
Mm.
fought on the same cards with Kai. I fought on the same cards with Israel. But me, Kai, and Israel, and those are guys I go way back with. Like I remember, I've known Kai since he was like 16, 17-year-old kid training with him out in West Auckland at Strikeforce. Like I've been training this kid for the longest time. I was there. Israel's first fight he ever had in his first MMA fight, amateur MMA fight he ever had, whatever it was 15 years ago. So I've seen these guys from the ground up. So to be in a moment like that where we're in a sold out arena, all just trucking along was like yeah, it'll be a surreal moment.
Yeah, something about RAC as well. I love the moment you guys had at Marvel when you fought Ally Quinta, and he obviously fought Rob and stuff. That was pretty awesome too. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, just quickly on Izzy, there was a pretty intense stare down between him and DDP over there in Perth. How do you reckon that fight sort of plays out? Obviously, DDP loves to move forward. He's going to go into all of Izzy's traps and he's going to try and put him on his back foot. But how do you sort of see it going? It doesn't usually work out well for people when they try to do that with Israel.
Yeah, oh man, he's like a real awkward guy. Like his blitzing, like the way he blitzes, like he's legit, man. Like I like the way he fights, but Israel's I can't even bother sparring him at the moment. Like the way he's hitting me, I think he's like 105 kilos. I'm just like fucking just kick me in the leg, and I was like, nah, get fucked. I was just like, nah, like just yeah, like that. He's like he's had some time off. He was carrying some injuries. He spent a lot of time just packing on some size and like a lot of strength, bro. And he's hitting like a truck, man. Yeah, can't even be. I can't even be bothered sparring him. Like he's hitting too hard. So I can't wait till he can get out there. So if you think he can just walk in his front door, and raid his fridge, I think you're in for a rude awakening.
Dude, it's going to be such a great fight. Look, I appreciate you. Join me after training, so I'll let you go. But as we wrap up, man, you've had a pretty storied career, dude. Like every fight that you have is obviously your most important one. But for you, what does this one stand for? Obviously, it's not just another scrap. This is a chance to get back in there and back in the mix. Is there sort of a narrative, a storyline? I know you're hunting. You're hunting. Don't hunt what you can't kill. What does this one mean to you right now in your career?
Yeah, it's like the next we're in the next step, like we're on the 2-fight win streak. The old COVID times was a bit rough for the old hangman. But yeah, like the Puelles fight when I fought him, it was like proving that like that was a guy on a 5-fight win streak, like a young kid on a good streak. And so I had to prove that I belonged in the rankings. I went out there and made him look like a nonce. Um, And then it was like number 10, Jalen Turner. They were like probably I'm pretty much the worst two stylistic matchups for me, like back to back, is like a guy longer than me, so he shuts all my length down. So that is a good opportunity to just go out there and just go like, there's these young kids, they're coming up, but you can't teach ticker, brother. And then yeah, this is like the other big questions, you know. Dan Hooker sucks at jiu-jitsu and then and wrestling and shit. So it's like you get to go out. You get to go out there and be like, I don't fucking suck at wrestling.
Well, dude, I'm excited. Like, if Cass was here, he'd tell you he's excited. He's going to be there live covering your fight. Oscar, we're all going to be together, man, cheering you on. We
Oh,
can't wait
my
to see you do your thing. Look
God.
at that.
My tits.
Dan showing his pussy on submission radio. That's going to be the title of the. Dan grabbing pussy on submission radio is going to be the
And
title
grab
of this
Hooker.
interview.
Hooker has his pussy on the loose.
And with that, guys, make sure to follow Dan on social media as he leads into this fight at Dan Hangman on Instagram. Dude, I cannot wait. It's going to be special for us to see you get this fight in Perth, and the roof is going to fly off RAC. Thank you so much for joining us, man.
See you, brother. Well, I'll see you. I'll see you on the other side.
See you on the other side, sir. No more petitions until the next one.
No more petitions. We're in. We're in.